Hello everyone, this is Morrow here. Welcome to my debut stream. We'll be going over a few things like an introduction to myself, share my interests with you, the games I like, the shows I like, and a little bit of insight into my lore, and also go over my plans for the future and what my channel will be mostly about. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so my name is Morrow. But what is Morrow? What does it mean? Well, Morrow is based off of a few things, based off of the word tomorrow. That has something to do with my lore, which will be explained in my lore video. But basically, the word tomorrow is very important to me. Tomorrow, as the old way to say it, is Morrow, on the morrow, see you on the morrow. That's the origins of my name. Also, one of my favorite video games is Morrowind, and obviously Morrow is in the title there. My age, well, that's a secret. I am an angel, so I am as old as time itself. It's quite old, but yeah, don't tell anybody. Okay, and my height is 175.5 centimeters, which includes the tip of my wings and my halo. My birthday is April 4th, and my race, I am a guardian angel. I do guard one particular person. Again, will be explained in my lore video. I have been assigned to an individual to be their guardian. And a little snippet of my biography is a guardian angel that has taken on the form of a doll. But why? Perhaps an upcoming lore video will shed some light. Yes, again, advertising my lore video here. It is done. I am going to be showing it next week, and I'm really proud to show that. Because I worked really hard on it. I spent, I'd say, the beginning half of this year, no, I guess mostly the majority of this year, working on that lore video. But yeah, so basically I am a guardian angel, but has a physical body of a doll. This is my character ref sheet and my logo in the top right. This logo, I did make this by hand. I do have some skills in graphic design. As you can see, it has like some interesting stitch pattern to it, and it has the heart that's on my sleeve, which is showing on my character's sleeve in the left profile view of me, and my little halo at the top. Yes, my halo is a pipe cleaner because I am a doll, and this body was mostly made by somebody else of importance to me. So yeah, the person who made me put this little halo on, and because this is a craft, I'm a craft project essentially, this halo is a pipe cleaner, a white pipe cleaner. I think it was pretty creative, and I admire that person for their creativity. And my hair is made out of yarn, as you can see here. My skin is made of fabric, patched together fabric. I think that the irregular shapes make for a very interesting design. I like it very much. And so are my wings. My wings are also made of fabric. And I'm wearing pants that sort of looks like a skirt when put together. It's very baggy, and I kind of wanted to go for like I'm like a tomboy, so I don't really like extremely girly things. I know it's kind of like contradictory since I'm a doll, but I don't really like girly things all that much, other than you know, my general appearance. That'll be as girly as I get. All right. So my expressions, I really want to show off my expressions here. So if you see me just kind of make a facial expression just randomly, this program's not perfect. I definitely want to, you know, switch to a more professional one in the future. But basically, I have my neutral expression, which is this. I have my smiling expression, which is this. A little smile. And then I have an angry expression, which is this. I'm angry. And then I have a laughter expression, which is this. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ah, yeah, okay. I don't know, it's not sticking that well. And then I have a shocked expression, which is this. Oh, what? Oh. And then I also have a sad expression, which is this one. Oh, pouty. Oh, I'm so pouty. You're sad. Oh. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, if you've seen the previous 2 videos on my channel, the previous 2 videos are of me, the time lapse of me designing this model for myself. I did it in Vroid. So yes, it is the free program, but I did look up a lot of tutorials on how to make your model look more 2D like, to the best of, as 3D possible. Moving on. All right, my favorite games. I would say my top favorite game, which is at the top, which is the very first one on this list, Army of Two. The first game and 40th Day. We don't talk about the third game. I haven't played it, but I have a friend that the first game that they played was the third game. And, well, let's just say they agree that it is definitely... I mean, it's good as a standalone game, but does not do the characters justice from the first 2 games. Let's just say that. But anyways, yeah, the best games in the Army of Two franchise is first game and 40th Day. As you can tell from most of this list, I prefer co-op games. I do have a sister that's very close to me, and we grew up playing most of these games together. So I would like to play co-op games and stream as much as possible with my sister and friends and other people I meet. Next game on the list is Gears of War 1 to 3. I have played 4. I haven't played 5 yet. I've also played, was it Judgment Day, I think it's called? I'm drawing a blank on the name of it. But yeah, Judgment Day. That was good too, but the mechanics are a little bit weird compared to 1 to 3. So Judgment Day is almost good enough to put next to 1 to 3, but I would say 1 to 3 is the best. Particularly number 2 is my favorite, just because it seems to have the best story. And it has like the best game modes and everything like that. Again, another classic co-op game. Now, there's quite a few games on this list maybe not a lot of people heard of. Kingdom Under Fire is one of those game series. It has had a lot of games in its time. For some reason, this game series likes to chase game trends. So whatever was trendy at the time, this game series kind of copied the formula. And it ended up with a lot of the games kind of being flops, in my opinion. But Heroes and Crusaders. So Kingdom Under Fire Crusaders, which is the first game, and then Kingdom Under Fire Heroes, which is the second game. These 2 are hidden gems. I love them so much, and I have many fond memories of playing these games. Basically, let's see, how do you explain these? They're like tactical army management with 3D models. With both third person and kind of like top-down view modes to play this game. And like, I just love the fantasy design. Like, to me, peak fantasy designs, like armor, characters, and monsters, is Kingdom Under Fire, Heroes and Crusaders. And I just really love this game series. It came out in like early Xbox era. But yeah, Kingdom Under Fire, Heroes and Crusaders, underrated gems, and I hope to play them on stream sometime. Hunted the Demon's Forge. Now again, another underrated gem. Some people didn't really like this game too much, but I liked it a lot. Again, I played with my sister. I main Katic, she mained Alara. It's a co-op fantasy game. You go around as a muscly human. I don't know how else to describe that guy. And an elf archer. And you go around fighting off a bunch of monster hordes who are on this this drug, like this mysterious magical drug, and it makes them go like berserk and stuff. Yeah, it was really fun, that game. A real classic good co-op. It was made by Bethesda, actually. It didn't really get too much press. Yeah, another game I like. Of course, Morrowind, as mentioned earlier, as where I partially got inspiration for my name Morrow. Yeah, Morrowind is, like, I know, like, people say, like, oh, the combat system is really bad and such like that, and I agree. The combat system, definitely the weakest part of Morrowind, because it's based on essentially, like, dice roll. Well, Oblivion and Skyrim are just better at that. But Morrowind just it felt like more of like, I felt like there was just more you can do in that game. And it felt more like exploration, like you had more control over how to adventure in the world. And look, my sister and I, when we were playing, right, together, I mean, it's a single player game, but we would watch each other play and such like that. We mostly like just role played in this game. It was a perfect game for role playing. Anyways, moving on to the next one, Left 4 Dead 2, another classic co-op game. I think I'm gonna do like maybe custom map streams. I think that would be really fun. Played this during COVID with my sister online. We went through obviously all the main campaigns, but that didn't take very long to do. And we were obsessed with custom campaigns. We played it for years. This game is just good all the way around. Like, the mod support for this game is insane. Like, you basically could just play Left 4 Dead for your entire lifetime and never get bored because of all the mods available for this game. Borderlands 2. Yeah, this game is also just really fun. I mean, especially when you're a person who loves co-op, this is a must-have on your list for sure. I mean, like, what can I say about Borderlands 2 other than the story was just simply amazing? And obviously, like, the characters are just really fun, and it just feels really good to play. The mechanics and the looter-shooter style. The best one of the series, best story. Like, we played Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2, pre-sequel, and number 3. We haven't played number 4 yet. I didn't really mind pre-sequel as much as everyone else. Like, some people really didn't like it, but I didn't mind it so much. I found it pretty fun. I can see its flaws, though. Borderlands 2 is just, I don't know how to, it's just the best. The Company is a more recent one to the list. Yeah, I mean, another great co-op game. Just so fun. I had so many funny memories with this game. What can I say? I guess I'm one of those friend slop enjoyers. There's a lot of quote-unquote friend slop I'd like to try streaming. Okay, and now going to more underrated gems. I don't know, just so old that not a lot of people remember them. Mad Dash Racing. This is a racing game. You play a bunch of, like, I want to say Bugs Bunny style cartoon characters that go racing on foot. And it's sort of similar to like Sonic Heroes Racing, where you have like the power style characters that are called bashers in this game. And you have like the flyer style characters that are called gliders in this game. And then you have like the speed style characters, which are dashers in this game. And then you can choose a character that has one of these attributes. And you just speed through these different, very wacky, cartoony worlds. And they had some, probably if I were to stream this game, like I would have to mute the music because the music is like popular music from like the 90s to 2000s. So, I mean, it's really enjoyable when you're playing the game, but definitely copyrightful if you were to play it on stream. Another underrated gem, I would say, Lost Planet 2, a co-op game. I think you can play up to 4 players and such, though. I would say it's basically like Gears of War, sort of. I mean, obviously the story is quite different, but basically it's like Gears of War. You have all these different types of weapons and, well, I mean, like there was like these I forget what you call them, like VS suits or something like that. Like, there were kind of these mech suits you could get into, and there were so many different kinds of them, and then there's so many different kinds of weapons. Oh, it was so fun, and you fight these giant aliens that are like, high on this thermal energy, and that makes them like huge, and they hunger for the thermal energy and such like that. This game is probably only enjoyable to me because it's nostalgic. So Turok Evolution. I haven't played any of the other Turok games, but again, I hope to play them on stream. An excuse to finally play them. That would be really great because I want to try them out and I want to get into the Turok universe more. Basically, Turok Evolution is purely here for nostalgia, but I mean, there is some cool game mechanics to it. The guns were really, really created. This game is, keep in mind, from like 2000, 2001 or something, or 2002, I forget. It's like a really, it's like, there's like, I would say like the best thing about it is having fun with the different types of guns. The guns were so creative, and you just go around just killing all these dinosaurs and half dinosaur, half human hybrids. Like it's really fun. But I mostly enjoy it because like my sister and I, again, we just played the 2-player versus mode a lot, and we just kind of like role played in that. But anyways, I really like Turok Evolution. It's just it's got such a homey feel to it. All right, moving. Oh, actually, I want to say one other thing. Soundtracks for games, like, it'll instantly boost my positive rating of it. Turok Evolution has one of the best soundtracks ever. And same for this next game I'm about to say, Blinks 2. This game also has a really good soundtrack. So Blinks 2, what is that? It's another co-op game. Blinks 1 is the game before it, of course. That, from what I remember, I've never beat it because it's just so hard. It's a really hard original Xbox game. It's about an orange cat, and you go around basically stopping these time monsters from wrecking like the universe time stream or something like that. In the second game, it's like this, basically the same thing, but you're playing both the good guys and the bad guys. The cats are the good guys and the pigs are the bad guys. The pigs are kind of like they're kind of like a mafia or something like that, and the cats are kind of like this galactic police force to manage the time stream. You're called like a time sweeper because you clean up time, right? And it glitches in the time matrix sort of thing. Yeah, it's really fun. Soundtrack is a total banger. Yeah, basically I have nothing but good things to say about it. Obviously the game had its flaws, but still overall really good. I really hope they continue the Blinks franchise someday. I think that they really need to bring it back. This is Godzilla Save the Earth. I mean, I love Godzilla. I just want to say that outright. Godzilla is like basically a hand-me-down from my dad because he loves Godzilla and he really got me into Godzilla. I'm a fan of Godzilla, and this to me is the best Godzilla game. It's really fun because it has a huge selections of monsters to play. I'm sure at the time this had like, I think like one of the biggest selection of monsters to play from the Godzilla universe. Obviously, I'm sure there's Godzilla games since then that has had more. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. Some really creative mechanics, like obviously there's kind of like the free-for-all and the team battles where you have like 4 monsters and you all go against one another. Or you can destroy buildings for points. You just basically destroy a city, and whoever destroys the most parts of the city gets the most points. This game is just really fun. I remember spending many, many hours in this game. I have a lot of other games, I'd say from the 2000s to 2015 era, that I would have put on this list, but to me, these ones are I would say my most favorite. I'd say these ones are 10 out of 10s, even though if I don't say that if they objectively aren't 10 out of 10s, they're 10 out of 10s to me. In all other games, they're probably 9 out of 10s. Oh, what happened? I just realized I forgot to add Sonic Riders to this list. That's a 10 out of 10 game to me. I totally forgot to add Sonic Riders to this list. I wonder if I can quickly add it. Just give me a minute here. There we go. Yay, Sonic Riders is there now. Woohoo! Okay, yeah, so Sonic Riders. Best Sonic Riders game. I haven't played any others, so I mean, like, maybe I shouldn't be saying it's the best, but from what I heard from other people who've played all the Sonic Riders games, it is the best. That is what they say. They say it's the best, so I'm just gonna have to believe it's the best. Because it has the best mechanics, I believe, from what other people say. A very good soundtrack from what other people say. I had to say that Sonic Heroes has the better soundtrack, but Sonic Riders still has a pretty good soundtrack that I would say still lives up to the hype. Alright, so favorite anime. Number 1 favorite anime. That would be Made in Abyss. Made in Abyss is a COVID anime. I'm not a COVID weeb, don't worry. I've been watching anime much longer before COVID. But anyways, yeah, I Made in Abyss I watched during COVID, and I think it came to me at just the right time, so it's quite precious to me. What can I say? I'm a sucker for good anime OSTs, right? This is the best, right? As you can, if you will see later on, one of my favorite musicians is Kevin Penkin. So, of course, I'm a total sucker for Made in Abyss. I mean, I love fantasy stories, and Made in Abyss does just that. Made in Abyss is my absolute favorite. Another, I mean, I heard the anime is quite the manga is quite graphic. I don't know. I've never read the manga. I just know the anime. I love the anime so much. Girls Last Tour is the second, I would say second favorite. It's got similar vibes to Made in Abyss. I really like that style of cute and dark aesthetic mixed together. The cute against the dark. That's why I like Made in Abyss so much, because it's like cute characters. Dark story. I don't want to spoil it too much for some people who haven't watched it yet, but basically you're in for a lot if you do watch Made in Abyss. So Girls Last Tour is sort of like a similar vibe. It's got like a very dark story. I say like a more bleak story, and like cute characters in like a very bleak world. Again, another banger soundtrack. I really enjoyed it a lot. Code Geass is a third favorite of mine. I mean, like, who doesn't love Code Geass? Like, the story is just amazing. Like, it's really interesting because the story has some really high highs and then some really low lows. But then, like, the highs are so high that like it's like an instant classic. That's why everyone talks about it. And then there's Kaguya-sama, Love is War. I love rom-coms, but Kaguya-sama just tops it. Yeah, I mean, like, it's just so funny, like, just the way the characters just dance around, like, confessing to each other. It's so amusing. Oh my goodness. I can't even explain how chaotic it is. I think I just really like that, like, the comedy that's almost like, not exactly like slapstick, but it's like, it's very fast paced, and that's what Kaguya-sama Love is War comedy is like. The next one is Zankyou no Terror. I don't know. I think I just love like manhunt stories as well. That's sort of like Zankyou no Terror. Again, another good soundtrack in this one. I suppose that's kind of what makes and breaks an anime for me, like a really good soundtrack. It's another underrated gem. It came out in like early 2010s, I believe. Basically, the plot is, in summary, is that two kids that are terrorists, but there is some kind of like secret. Basically, they have. I don't want to say they have a good reason, because I don't think it's a good thing to say. But basically, they have a reason, right? And it's maybe a little bit better than others. And the story is just really good. Like, it explores kind of like a cat and mouse game, which I really enjoy. So if you like those kind of things, I think you would enjoy this anime. Parasite, another really, really good anime. I think that I just like those. I also like just I kind of like characters that kind of get secret powers and mutations too. I don't exactly know how to describe it. This is just one of those anime. I also like dark anime like Parasite, so that just fits right in. Haikyuu is another anime. The anime is really interesting, you know, because you get into genres that you wouldn't really get into in like real life, but you just like, I don't watch sports in real life, but I like sports anime. So it's just one of those things. Anime happens to get you into all sorts of things you may not watch in real life and other sources. Kakai Sensen is another anime I like. I believe it was written by the Trigun author, and I really like Trigun. Kakai Sensen, I don't know how to describe it. It's really chaotic. I just love the animation of it, and I just love the chaotic nature of it. And then there's Nanbaka. It's a relatively underground anime. I would say that it's sort of like, this anime is just kind of like pure eye candy. It's just, every time you watch it, it's just, the characters are sparkling. It's so weird. But anyways, if you like that kind of thing, Nanbaka's for you. I think I like those genre flips. The music is so good. Kakai Sensen, yeah, it's another, yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, the opening and ending. The opening and ending to Kakai Sensen is like so legendary. Like when Kakai Sensen first came out, there was like numerous like parodies of the anime ending. People made up like Pokemon characters and doing like the dance, the dancing for the ending theme. And like even the opening, like I remember after I watched that anime, I played the opening like on repeat for hours because I loved it so much. Like, yeah, another, yeah, exactly, right? Thanks. Yeah. Kakai Sensen, like I guess that's just proves my taste in anime. Good soundtracks, opening and endings, and OSTs, good all the way around. I love good soundtracks. And last but not least, Ajin is one of my favorites. People, they don't like 3D CGI animes, maybe so much, but I don't mind CGI all that much, as long as the anime is either purely CGI or like purely 2D, right? And Ajin is purely CGI, so that's fine with me. One of my favorite animes from the past was Appleseed, which was also like purely CGI. But yeah, Ajin is another like manhunt anime. I like those kind of things. Manhunt, mutant animes. I don't know. This is my favorite mix of genres, as usual. I was kind of like out of options to put on my manga list here, because I mostly watch anime and don't read as much. It's really bad, but basically, this is all that I read as of late. The Promised Neverland. I mean, I had to put the manga here. I watched the anime. Anime after season 1 was such garbage. But anyways, manga version of Promised Neverland. Trust me, like if you're gonna watch the anime, just watch season 1. And then read the manga, or just read the manga all the way through, because if you watch the anime season 2, you're gonna spoil yourself, and because the way they deliver the secrets is such a terrible job. Just do yourself a favor and just read the manga. Oh yeah, see, you agree too, Krug? You agree too? Yeah, don't suffer through season 2 of the anime. Just do yourself a favor and only watch season 1, or just go straight to the manga. This one's sort of similar to, for people who haven't watched or read Promised Neverland, it's sort of similar to Zankyou no Terror a little bit, where it's another like cat and mouse game, escape simulator, sort of like a thinking. Yeah, season 2 is such trash. See, everyone's hoping for a redo of season 2 because this anime really needs it. Yeah, basically Goldie Pond arc is the second arc, I think it was. And that arc people say is either better than the first arc or is like the second best of the first arc. I would agree. The arcs after Goldie Pond, sort of hit or miss, but still pretty good. Goldie Pond and the first arc are the best. So yeah, going to Naruto, I watched original Naruto, but I never watched Shippuden. I basically read the whole manga first and then watched Naruto. I never watched Naruto Shippuden. So, I mean, right, what's the point of watching Naruto Shippuden if I just read the manga, right? Death Note, I read the manga of Death Note. I watched the anime as well. I would say the anime is a very faithful adaptation to manga, plus another good soundtrack. Manga does have a couple extra bits that they didn't animate in the anime, so if you wanted to, you can go ahead and read that. Another cat and mouse style of show, and basically another genre favorite of mine, as indicated. Dead Man Wonderland is a manga that I read after watching the first season of the anime. Another example of an anime being butchered. The first season of Dead Man Wonderland, like it is good. If you're watching from an outsider, it's good. But basically, they didn't include a bunch of essential characters to the plot of the manga. So if they're going to redo the season, the anime for Dead Man Wonderland, they essentially have to redo the first season because they left out some very plot important characters if they go ahead and redo the anime. My Hero Academia Vigilantes, I'm actually excited to watch the anime. I heard it was released last season. I read the manga first all the way through. It is completed. So if you're someone who's watched the anime and doesn't want to wait till the next season of Vigilantes, the manga is really good and it is completed if you want to do that. I actually find it better than the main series because I feel like the main series is a little bit all over the place, but Vigilantes is a very nicely contained series that explores what it means to be a hero really well on its own. And it has like a more limited set of characters than, you know, the main series where they have so many characters. So I feel like it's a little bit more contained, a little bit nicer of a neater of a package. Abide in the Wind, another... This is a pretty random one. I don't even think the manga is complete. I think it's actually a manhwa. It's a Korean manga, essentially. It's just about a dragon that takes on the form of a human, and there's like this girl that has to protect the dragon. Yeah, I don't think it was ever completed though. So I read it during a pretty rough time in my life, so it's kind of important to me. Foot of Metal Alchemist is a manga. I mean, what do I mean is a manga? It's kind of like the biggest anime, right? I never watched the anime. Maybe I should, but you know, sometimes if I read the manga, I don't bother watching the anime. Usually the manga is the best form of the media anyways, because it has the whole entire plot. I mean, if you read one, you don't have to watch the other, but if you it's nice to see the voice acting and the music. I'm not sure if the music in Fullmetal Alchemist is good, but if it is, then maybe I'll be more convinced to watch it. We'll see. But the manga, basically, the manga is really good. I mean, the story is really good, I should say, because for a while, Fullmetal Alchemist was #1 on my anime list. Oh, FMA music is very good? Okay, I'll have to take your word for it, Krug. I will have to take your word for it. Maybe you'll convince me to finally watch it. Yeah, I think I'll watch Brotherhood. From what I heard is that it's basically a more accurate retelling of the manga, and I prefer accuracy to the author's intent rather than people, the directors at anime studios who might condense a story for the sake of brevity. Okay, so favorite music, artists. Porter Robinson. I mean, if any of you came from TikTok, the music that I used was Fresh Static Snow for my little TikTok notification, letting everybody know about this debut. I love Porter Robinson. I mean, any good weeb probably loves Porter Robinson. I love electronic music, and Porter Robinson does it almost the best. As long with Daft Punk. Actually, Daft Punk, they're responsible for me getting into anime. Their Discovery album was made into a movie animation called Interstellar 5555. It's basically about 4 aliens who were kidnapped from their planet and forced to make music on Earth. It's a very simple story, but it is a very nice animation, and I like it a lot. And actually, I used to be in my top 10 of anime till I made room for other things. Yeah, so Daft Punk is really precious to me because it actually got me into anime. Surprisingly, not even Porter Robinson got me into anime, it was Daft Punk. Kevin Pankin, of course, he's on this list because he made the soundtrack to Made in Abyss, which is my favorite anime. And as you can see at the bottom here, anime OSTs, I like listening to soundtracks while I do things like work, chores, draw. So, I mean, like video games and anime OSTs and Kevin Bacon, everything goes together. Clean Bandit, I like, you know, regular instruments rather than just electronic as well. So, for example, I really like violin music, right? And I love how Clean Bandit combines classic music with electronic music. I'm not very good at describing music very well. It's not my forte, it's not my strength. I'm mostly an artist. Green Day, I would say, I don't want to say I'm an emo, but I kind of like emo music, so. And they're mostly emo, so yeah, I like Green Day a lot. Avicii is another one. Avicii is electronic music. Rest in peace to Avicii. I like listening to him. Deadmau5 is another one. I don't keep up with him too much, but some of his older albums I like. I've already gone over video game and anime OSTs. They totally make or break an anime for me. Well, not always. I'll still watch a good anime with a good plot, even if their music is kind of mid. So yeah, electronic music and anything that sounds good. Like I don't usually prefer rap songs, but if a rap song sounds good, I'll still like it. I like almost anything that sounds good, pretty much. Okay, likes and dislikes. I like winter. Probably because, as you can see on the dislike side, I don't like insects and spiders. And, well, a lot of them go away in the winter, so that's why I like the winter. Also, my favorite holidays are in the winter. There is Christmas, so I like Christmas. And I like snow, and I actually prefer being cold than hot because you can always put more on, but you can never take more off, to the point of it either being illegal or impossible, as they would say. And I feel like you just do a lot. Well, I wouldn't say do a lot more in the winter, but there's some unique activities that come with winter, like building snowmen and stuff like that. I like fruit, so my favorite, I mean, like, I pretty much eat any kind of fruit, but as you can see, I actually set this up really well here. On the opposite side, I dislike tomatoes. I like fruit, but tomatoes are the exception. I really don't like tomatoes. And for the longest time, I thought I was a minority in this opinion. But it turns out, a lot of people that I've met over my lifetime have also said they dislike tomatoes. Because, I don't know. I mean, no, I'm not judging you negatively if you like tomatoes. If you like tomatoes, that's great. You enjoy something that I do not like and cannot eat. So, if I were with you, I would give you all my tomatoes. I love fruit. To me, this is like natural candy. It's refreshing, sweet, and delicious. I love fruit. Same for tea. Tea is very refreshing and delicious. I make myself iced tea a lot. So I literally just put cold water and let some tea bags steep in the cold water, and it's good enough for me. It's good to go. And I have warm tea, of course, as well. Harvey's Buffalo Chicken Burger. Maybe some of you may not know what this is, but I do live in Canada. There are places, there's this restaurant called Harvey's. It's kind of like the Canadian Burger King. They have this meal called Buffalo Chicken Burger, It's basically a crispy chicken burger with buffalo sauce, which is kind of like sweet and spicy. I like it a lot. I like arts and crafts. That's in my name, Morrow, the Angel of Crafts. Yeah, I mean, like, I've been doing art ever since I was born. Born, created, whatever an angel is. And board games. I love board games. My dad got me into board games. Basically, I always have a hard time describing my board game interests to casual people, because I would say they're more like strategy games, because I'm not talking about family board games like Sorry or Monopoly. I'm talking about like Descent, Dungeon Lords, role-playing games. Not exactly like Dungeons and Dragons. I actually haven't played Dungeons and Dragons, but I wouldn't mind trying it someday. But basically, dungeon crawls in the form of a tabletop board game. Strategy games. Video games, of course, video games. I just went over a huge list of my favorite video games. Playing those ever since I was, for a very long time. My favorite color is actually yellow. Now I know my color scheme is mostly blue with a little bit of red. My favorite color is indeed yellow. I just like yellow a lot. I like anime, comics, and manga. That should be self-explanatory. My favorite animals are dogs and dragons. I've always liked these two things a lot. I have had a dog growing up. Unfortunately, she passed away just last year. Really sad. Her name was Julie. I miss her very much. And dislikes. Well, I think I went over insects and spiders. They just make me squeamish. Tomatoes, I just don't like them. There's a number of other foods I dislike too, but the list would go on too long. And they're not as, I don't have as much spite for them as I do for tomatoes. And the last one on this list, people with big egos. I feel like there would be a lot less problems in the world if people just didn't have such big egos. I feel like egos is one of the biggest causes of the problems in the world. Okay, so my goals. Well, I actually made my YouTube channel in hopes of showing off my creative processes behind my art, but I figured maybe I could do other things as well on this channel. But yeah, I want to sell my art online. So eventually I want to make some things where people would be interested enough in buying them. I don't know if I'll ever get to that point for sure, but I just love making things, and I can show you, I have some examples. I have like a portfolio to show you of art crafts I made, and you can see what I mean. That's my inspiration for creating this channel. I was gonna put 100 subscribers, and maybe I should have done that because it might take a while to get to just 100, but I feel like 1,000 is like a huge, I feel like, you know, you've made it as at least a small YouTuber with 1,000 subscribers. I don't know, it just sounds like a good number to me. But I suppose I should have put 100 first, but 1,000 just sounds nicer. I don't know. Play games with friends and family on stream, co-op, because co-op are my favorite style of games. Stream original Xbox games, because my main purpose for this channel is to, you know, create art and share that. But I do want to share my other interests like gaming, and I feel like, what's my purpose of my channel? I want to preserve gaming history in a way. The games that I grew up with, I want to share that. Like, I don't want people to forget about these games. And that's why I want to share some original Xbox games. And I also want to stream older console games I never got a chance to play. Because there's games that I feel like I really would have enjoyed that I just didn't have the chance to play all those years ago. For example, like, I really like the games I got to play around the time that I kind of grew up with. There were games that were similar. For example, right? Sonic and Mad Dash and like Blinks. These characters are kind of what you call mascot characters, right? and in the early 2000s, there were a lot of mascot characters in video games. I really want to try, for example, Jak and Daxter, right? Because I feel like I would really enjoy that game, that game series, because it's like the mascot style character of games that I enjoyed growing up with. And I played Daxter, like just the Get Daxter, which is a spin-off game of the orange fluffy guy that's the sidekick of Jax. He had like a spin-off game called Daxter, and I played that on PlayStation Portable, so the PSP. Because I owned an Xbox and not a PlayStation, I never got the chance to play Jax and Daxter. And I want to play other games like that and from around that era. And I feel like this is a good excuse to do so on my channel. And I want to play more horror games because I'm not like scared. I think especially as of late, like in the past 5 years, I've grown like a resistance to horror, so I can handle it. But I haven't really found an excuse or reason to play horror games. So I want to play more horror games. And as you can see down there in the bottom left, I have a fan art tag. I don't know if I'll ever get fan art, but it would be cool if I did. But if I did, you can use art on the Morrow. That's my fan art tag. Channel content. So art and craft time lapses, as I said. I already have a few prepared. Art, craft, and digital art tutorials. I love sharing my thought process behind what I create, so there will be some of those. And gaming current games that pique my interest. So along with the retro games, I'll also be streaming current games that pique my interest. So if you've seen some of the streams on my channel, I've been playing Sons of the Forest, retro games that from PC, original Xbox, and other consoles. Yeah, because those are the ones I grew up with and I really want to share with the world. And anime discussions, I'm not so sure about these last two. So anime discussions and Bible studies. I am Christian, but I'm not really good at literacy analysis. So I'm not sure how well I do at these. I'm more good at making things and, playing games. So I'm not sure if I'll be doing these two, but these are possibilities for the future. Here is my portfolio. Well, this is one of the things I've made. This was a Christmas gift to my dad. He likes board games and I like board games. I basically made this. So I went to the dollar store, right? And I found some like these blank wooden cubes and I decided to paint them and make a game out of them. So a lot of board games, you need to decide who the first player is. And sometimes board games, they say, oh, whoever is the last person that ate ice cream is the first player, or roll 2 dice and that's the first player, or something like that. I thought, why not make a game out of determining who the first player is? And that's what this is. You would, depending on how many players, you would choose that kind of dice and you would roll to see who the first player is. And there's different themes here for each dice. So for example, let's see, it's a clear one. So they see the purple and yellow dice in the middle there. That's for a 2-player game. So determine who the first player is amongst 2 players. A person would choose, who do they want to be? Do they want to be the undead or do they want to be the humans? And then the person who picked the undead, if the result is rolled with the undead side showing, then they are the person who goes first. And vice versa. If the person rolls a human side, then the person who picked the human side wins. And then they go first. It's a very simple game because if you're determining who the first player is, you don't want to make it, you want to play a whole board game just to determine who the first player is. And each set of dice has some lore as well to go with it. This is basically the stuff I'll be showing on my channel when I'm making things. This is kind of like the projects that I like to make. If you saw at the beginning of my stream, traditional art background I did for myself with mostly watercolor, pencil and ink. Basically, this is my humble abode. It is a little cottage house, I suppose. This is another craft project I did. I did this for my sister. It's basically a doll bed, so Sheila... I'm gonna say my half-sister, because it's not my full sister. I have two sisters, but anyways, that's a story for another day. Basically, I did this for my half-sister. She likes Barbies. So I made a bed for her with some fabric, and I just like doing little things like this. This is a painting, acrylic painting I did of my dog. She was a half Jack Russell, half pug. And here's like a character design. So I'm not sure if you see any of my time-lapse videos on my channel, but the first design I made for Morrow is like this. I drew front view, side view, back view, side view. This is like a fairy design. I made 3 fairy designs, and this is the third that I never actually did anything yet with. Okay, now we're nearing the end of our stream, so what's in store for my lore video? Well, here are some sneak peeks. Here are a set of characters that you may not know yet, but you will come to know in the lore video. On the left, you will see 2 characters. Who is this girl and who is this man? Man is most likely her father, but who are they? Who are they in relation to me? Who is this yellow creature on the right? What have they got to do with me? And is that a doll of myself there? What is that? A very small version of myself? How curious. These will be some things to look forward to in my lore video that I spent many months making, so I really hope you guys enjoy it. And that is all that I have for you guys today. Thank you all for watching, and as always, see you tomorrow, whenever that might be. Bye-bye! Thank you, everyone! Bye!